The 2025 Gravity SUV is the modern show that startup Clear Engines has chosen to take after its excellent Discuss extravagance car. It has two electric engines that give all-wheel drive, and Clear is claiming the Gravity's greatest run will surpass 440 miles per charge. We anticipate that number to apply to range-topping models, with less expensive alternatives getting a littler battery with lower, but still impressive, range gauges. Both 2- and 3-row adaptations of the Gravity will be advertised, with the 3-row getting 6 and 7 passenger seating choices. The seats overlay level to supply bounty of space for cargo, and there's a decent-size front trunk ahead of the windshield within the place where a gas-powered SUV's motor would be. Just like the Discuss, the Gravity incorporates a cabin with a blend of extravagant materials and tech highlights. A 34-inch bended advanced show screen drifts over the dashboard, showing the Gravity's gauge cluster and infotainment. The Gravity will confront exciting competition from built-up EV SUVs such as the Audi Q8 e-tron, the Cadillac Lyriq, the Puma I-Pace, and the Tesla Show X. In brief, everything. The Gravity is brand new to Lucid's lineup for 2025 and is anticipated to go on sale before the conclusion of 2024. Clear hasn't reported official estimating for the Gravity, however, other than to say that it'll begin around $80,000 and come standard with all-wheel drive and 2 electric engines. We suspect it'll be advertised in comparable trim levels to the Discuss, so anticipate visiting, fantastic visiting, and indeed a high-performance sapphire trim. The model we saw make a big appearance at the 2024 Los Angeles Auto Appear in November 2023 wore Dream version badging. That adaptation will likely be advertised as it were for the primary show year and come completely stacked. When we discover out more data almost the Gravity's cost and accessible highlights, we'll upgrade this story with points of interest and make a recommendation on which one is the leading esteem. The Gravity SUV comes with double electric engines and standard all-wheel drive. A rear-wheel drive base shows seem connect the lineup later on. Just like the Discuss vehicle, the Gravity will likely be advertised in visiting pretense with 620 drive and an amazing visiting trim with 1050 drive. A max performance sapphire show with up to 1234 drive is additionally a plausibility. The entry-level model, likely to be called Pure, should come in at around 480 drive. And Discuss suspension and a rear-wheel controlling framework are both anticipated to be discretionary. Clear claims the Gravity can tow up to 6,000 pounds. When we get a chance, we'll take the Gravity to the test track and upgrade this story with acceleration results and driving impressions. In spite of the fact that its car can brags a driving extend of up to 516 miles per charge with its 112.0 kWh battery pack, the Gravity's assessed 440-mile run is still longer than that of the foremost proficient Rivian R1S or Tesla Show X. Just like the Discuss, the Gravity can juice rapidly by means of DC fast charging. Clear says it can include up to 200 miles of run to the battery in fair 15 minutes on a 350 kW association. The EPA's gauges for the Clear Gravity's fuel economy haven't however been distributed, and we'll likely ought to hold up a whereas to discover out since this SUV is still fair a concept. We trust to urge a chance to test the Gravity on our 200-mile throughway fuel economy test course when it gets closer to dispatch. Clear is no stranger to extravagance, and the Gravity builds on that notoriety pleasantly with an open cabin that's decked out in stylish-looking materials. 2- and 3-row interior layouts are advertised. The last mentioned is available with either a second-row seat or a match of captain's chairs for either 7 or 6 passenger capacity. Whereas the insides plan is motivated by the Discuss vehicle, the Gravity is the more family-friendly of the two. The moment and third-row seats crease level and take up shockingly small space when stowed, making a cavernous and nearly minivan-like cargo region. A novel center support between the front seats highlights reconfigurable canisters and cubbies. A combine of excursion tables with built-in gadget charging ports convey from the front seatbacks for rear seat travelers, and a valuable front trunk storage area gives an out-of-the-way area to stash more once-in-a-while utilized things. Clear fancies itself a tech company instead of an automaker. To drive that point domestic, the EV startup has prepared the Gravity with a gigantic 34.0-inch bended show screen that serves as everything from a speedometer to an FM radio. The show coasts over the dashboard in a similar fashion to the one found within the Discuss car, but its format is marginally distinctive, and it runs the company's next-generation infotainment computer program. A moment show is mounted on the dash to the proper of the controlling wheel, giving get to more vehicle capacities, counting climate control. A head-up show with an augmented reality route framework will be accessible as well. Voice acknowledgement is beyond any doubt to be a standard highlight, but we haven't listened anything around smartphone network highlights such as Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. More information about the Gravity's infotainment offerings will be accessible closer to the SUV's dispatch.